Hey, what's up guys, TechTine here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video, as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're interested in buying this phone, I'll leave a purchase link right in the description. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And today we're going to be reviewing the camera on the Motorola Moto G Stylus. And let's talk about this quad camera setup. The main sensor is a 48 megapixel sensor at f1.7, and the sensor size is 1.6 micrometers. So you also have a 2 megapixel macro sensor with a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and you also have a 8 megapixel ultra wide at 118 degrees. Now the front camera itself is a 16 megapixel at f2.2. So yeah, that's it really for the technical specs of the camera. Now, as far as what I really like, and it is the camera app and how you actually get to the camera app, it's really easy and really simple. It's one of my favorite features of this phone regardless. It is really just grab the phone, shake it back and forth, and it will automatically launch your camera app, which is simplistic as you would expect, straight to the point. Just snap and shoot and quickly to take the shot, and you have the options to switch between your standard lens, your wide angle, as well as your macro sensor. Now let's talk about why you guys are actually here, which is the camera quality itself. So the first picture, I really want to test out the colors, the focus, because it does have a depth sensor, right? So it must be good at focusing. Okay, so it's pretty good. In this particular picture, it does sometimes miss here and there to the really close subjects, but overall it's really good. In the next picture, I also wanted to do the same thing, test out the how good it focuses. Now this is a harder subject than the previous picture, so I was really impressed of the way that I handled it. And in the next picture, I want to look at color, and the colors on this phone are really good. Now mind you, I highly recommend that you turn on HDR and keep it on for best results. And remember, this was also under really good lighting. So colors seem to be vibrant, they're good, they're detailed, they're not really washed, and they're not really overly saturated. To me, I think they're just right. And yeah, also the focus on here is really nice. You can see the depth of field, the bokeh effect in the background. And in the next picture, I want to test out kind of I took a picture of the car, but still try to show the sky and the trees to really test out how it does when you have a subject as well as a subject in the background that has to do with dynamic range. And again, with HDR on, it did a respectable job. The sky is not overly blown. It is blown a little bit. It is slightly overexposed, but not too much. And the trees, same deal. They're slightly overexposed, but not just totally washed out, totally blown to the point where you just see a white background. So that's pretty good, pretty respectable. Okay, now let's talk about dynamic range. And in HDR mode, this phone does a fantastic job. I mean, really better than a lot of phones at its price point. So yeah, I mean, it's a really good phone. Again, HDR was on, great lighting. It kept the sky in focus and gave it color, while keeping the trees also in focus and give it color. Now the building, if you guys see it, the building is a little bit dull as far as colors go, but overall for a smartphone at this price point, very respectable. Now switching to the wide angle, you can see that the colors do get slightly washed out, but it still looks good just because it gives you that wide angle effect, and I like it. It's definitely not as good as the main sensor if you're trying to really notice and get into detail to it, but overall really nice picture, very respectable. So the selfie camera on here is also really good with HDR on. As you guys can see, the sky is slightly overblown, but not too much to the point where it's white, and my face is in focus and it's decently sharp and detailed. Really impressed. Okay, so now let's move on to quickly, before I wrap it up, to the other feature that this phone has, which is the stylus. I mean, at the end of the day, it is the Motorola Moto G stylus, and when you pop out the stylus, you actually have the option to edit your pictures. So if you want to mark it up, write some things on it, just go crazy with it, and do quick editing with the stylus. You can do that. Download Adobe Lightroom You can use the stylus to edit pictures and things like that. And yeah, I mean, pretty cool feature to have when you're taking pictures and when you're editing pictures. So that's something to keep in mind if you're interested in purchasing this phone and keeping some extra money left over, you know what I mean? So with that being said, my overall conclusion on this camera itself is that this is definitely a extremely respectable camera. It did better than I expected, way better than the G Stylus from last year. Um, and yeah, overall, very impressed. I like it. I think it's a top 5 budget camera. Yes, I said it. I will be doing comparisons if you guys are interested. And with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this camera to your liking? Is it trash? Am I just overhyping it? Let me know. Let me know. And with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy it, you know what to do. Leave a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. And I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.